Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at two Gengar raids. Now, this is the hardest Gengar to take down solo or even get a good time on. This is, in fact, my best run I've done on a Shadow Ball Gengar ever, right here. After this, we're going to take a look at Tyranitars going in first into a Gengar with Shadow Ball. Now, which Pokemon would you want to use? Ideally, you wouldn't really want to go in with Mewtwo or Gengar, technically, unless you know how to dodge, because they're going to get taken out in one hit. The Mewtwo can take a Shadow Ball if it has full health. A Gengar can definitely not take a Shadow Ball hit. Even if you dodge, you're still going to take quite a bit of damage, and you're even going to maybe possibly see a Shadow hit and then get stuck in the death loop. So it's kind of a risk using Gengar, but at the same time, you're going to be doing a lot of damage against that raid boss when you're using Gengar against a Gengar. So Tyranitars, that's what you're going to want to use. Tyranitars or Houndoom, okay? Because they're resisting the Shadow Ball. And Tyranitar can just literally take hit after hit after hit. And if you're going to use that, I suggest that you don't dodge. If you have a pretty much fully powered up Tyranitar, or a few of them, don't worry about dodging. Just attack, 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 all the way through until they're defeated. Bite and Crunch, obviously, is what you're going to want, not Stone Edge. Stone Edge is a fantastic move for specific raids, but for Gengar in particular here, you're going to want Bite and Crunch, all right? And then we're going to be taking a look at a Jinx raid using 6 unique Pokemon, because I've seen a few comments with people saying that they're having difficulties beating it, they're timing out, they just can't do it. They said that they're going in with the recommended team. Now, let me give you a little bit of advice. I made a video on why they pick the recommended Pokemon and how that works. What it's doing is basically picking Pokemon that are going to be doing maybe neutral damage and taking minimal damage from that raid boss. So the goal of the recommended list is basically to save you as much potions and to do not necessarily as much damage. I would say it's leaning towards more of the save you potions end, at the same time doing neutral to super effective damage possibly. All right, so there you have it. Don't go in with the recommended list, folks. Don't do that, okay? If you're going in there with like a big party of people, I mean, go ahead. I mean, you're all just going to be doing massive damage, and it's just going to get taken out quick. But if it's by yourself or minimal people, don't go in with recommended. You don't want to do that, especially Aggron against a Jinx. Yes, you're resisting the ice moves and you're doing super effective damage with steel types, but it's not ideal to use. The DPS on Aggron is not horrible, but it's not great. So there you go, 60 seconds, guys. Shadow Ball Gengar, 60 seconds. That's pretty darn good. I'm breaking records lately. I'm doing it. So anyways, yeah, basically for Jinx, you're going to want to use, if you have a Metagross, use that, Bullet Punch and Flash Cannon, and then Houndoom, Tyranitar, Moltres, Entei. I wouldn't really recommend, I don't know, I guess you can, Moltres is good, but if it has an ice move, it's not going to be super effective, but it's going to be doing, you know, heavy damage to you. Probably more Entei or even Flareon. Honestly, I think Flareon's going to be just taking like almost the same amount of damage as Moltres, because it's just like, you know, very fragile. But yeah, I mean, we'll take a look at that here in a second. There's many things that you can use to go up against a Jinx, but what I would recommend to you is probably Tyranitars and Houndoom. Okay, if you have Gengar and it's using an ice move, that could work as well. But there's, you know, you could even use Dragonites. I mean, honestly, you could even use Rayquaza. Anything with high DPS, you should be okay to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'll be right back to talk some more when we get into that Jinx raid, so you can have a better understanding what's going on if you're having trouble doing those. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're here at this Jinx raid, and there's another thing to take into consideration, and that is going to be the weather. If it's partly cloudy, maybe you want to use golems. Say if it doesn't have ice moves, and if it just has psychic moves, golems work great. I put my Mewtwo in there, but that's not a great option to suggest because I know a lot of you don't have a powered up Mewtwo. But Houndoom, he's going to go in here. He can take these hits fairly well. Jinx has massive attack. It's doing confusion right now and Psyshock. And just take a look at how it's able to just tank these hits. Considering it's a glass cannon, this is a fantastic option to use. Its attack is literally 0.1 or 0.2 right behind Tyranitar. So, I mean, it's on par pretty much with Tyranitar. The only difference in this specific raid right here is it's just not going to be able to last as long. Probably, actually, for everything, it's not going to be able to last as long as a Tyranitar. It always will trump Houndoom, but it's not a bad option to use if you have one powered up. So, then going to go in here with Tyranitar. I think I might have dodged like one move. I don't know. I don't think so because at this point, there's no need to dodge. You might as well take all the hits that you can to absorb all that power so you're able to get off your crunches just like bam, bam, bam. If you're trying to do all these dodging and dodge all the charge moves from the raid boss, from the Jinx, then you're going to end up not being able to get off as much damage because you're not filling up your charge bar because, well, you're obviously dodging and it's not filling up. Tyranitar can just tank it all. So you just take the hits and just keep dishing out the damage. So as you can see, so far it's past the yellow, well past the yellow. My time is perfect, and I didn't do any dodging whatsoever. I might have with that Houndoom. I think I did once. I tried, but I didn't dodge it. But anyways, as you can see, 2 Pokemon did fantastic, and then we're going in with my third one here, Metagross, Bullet Punch, and Flash Cannon. And it's doing fantastic. If I did dodge like once or twice with the Metagross, I would have been able to just do it with the 3 of them. And none of them are weather boosted, so keep that in mind. That is also very nice. Metagross is not going to be getting any sort of weather boost whatsoever with steel type moves for like another 4, or I wouldn't say 4, like probably like 6 months or 5 months or something like that until we see snow again. Unless some sort of freak accident happens and we start getting snow within the game. Or unless you switch all your moves over into Psychic and it becomes windy, that's the only kind of weather boost. So no steel type boosts during the summer. Anyways, now we're going to go in here with Mewtwo and just finish it off with a Shadow Ball. And that is that. Now, if you do not have a Mewtwo and you're trying to do this solo with the same team I just used and something else is going to substitute your Mewtwo, you can use a, I don't know, Alakazam with Shadow Ball. Just throw in anything at the end that can do, you know, massive damage to Jinx, maybe like a Golem or something. So anyways, with that said, folks, I hope that helped you out on how to maybe possibly solo a Jinx. I've had several videos already soloing it, actually quite a few already, using Gengars, using Metagross, and all kinds of different Pokemon. So anyways, thank you for watching, everybody. And I'll be catching you on my next video. And we're going to have Charmander Community Day tomorrow, so get yourselves ready. Stock up on items. Do what you have to do, because this is going to be probably the best one so far. Take care, trainers.